Welcome on in.
Thank you
Uh,
so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So we're gonna be playing Pokemon Showdown, and I have not used this program before, so you're gonna have to help me a little bit.
Right now, we're playing a Pokemon Showdown Gen 1 random battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on.
Okay. So we just do what we can and see what happens.
You, got- you don't know what your team is. And I don't know
Uh,
what your team is.
yeah, exactly. Uh,
It,
I'm
it's
just
really
gonna
a grab bag.
I'm gonna do something. Uh, this one. All right. So first question. Is why did you accept the invite?
The invite for the Pokemon Showdown battle, or alternatively, the invite to speak to you.
The invite to do the thing that we're currently doing right now, which is Pokemon battling while we talk about stuff and things.
Well, first of all, Surf.
Oh my
Critical hit.
gosh!
Your Onyx is KO'd. Second of
Why?
all,
That's
second of
so
all,
rude.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's
Second of all, um, I really like talking to you, and I was wondering how you were doing. I was wondering when the last time we spoke was probably, let's say, I don't know, was that the 3 months, 4 months ago? It's been a minute,
yeah, it's been a
and
while.
I did not cease of thinking of you.
Mm,
I've been wondering how you're doing, and I haven't been able to catch your streams. I think mostly because of the disconnect between East Coast and West
West.
Coast.
Yeah. There's a
I have a
big time
feeling
gap. Yeah.
it's a bit of it's almost like it's interesting because we live in the same country,
Uh-huh.
but but sometimes it feels like we're in different worlds, East Coast and West Coast.
Yeah, it really
And
does.
there's so many people that I really love over there, but
Mm-hmm.
it it's a mystery what's going on.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's I have a couple friends in Canada, and they feel like they're closer to, like, I see them more often than my friends on the East Coast. So yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just the being awake at the same time as somebody else
Crazy.
is a truly different thing. When we used to speak was when I was working as a pharmacy tech,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to stay up very late watching anime with Surfins
Mm-hmm.
at the time,
Mm-hmm.
because I was on West Coast time.
Yeah.
Chronologically, I used to go to bed 3 a.m., 4 a.m. my time, which is
Wow.
around midnight your time.
Yeah.
Um, but now I've become an opener,
Mm.
which means I wake up at 3 a.m.
Oh gosh.
midnight. Yes, I mean, but that's also because I'm crazy because I like to watch anime in the morning before I go to work.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay.
so I mean, part of it is my own insanity that has caused me to be so chronologically shifted from
Yeah.
people on your side of the world, your
Mm-hmm.
side of the country. I should- um,
Same
but
difference.
yeah, I mean, it's a small world.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been wondering. There's so many people that I've like kind of drifted out of contact with just because of my job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's been difficult. I'm sorry to hear that.
I was really happy to hear from you.
Yeah. And I was happy to hear from you. I've also noticed that there's, outside of work, there's just been a couple people that have just kind of fallen off, and I don't really know where they went. And it's good to know that, some people are still around. My next question is, what do you do?
What do I do?
Hmm.
I'm finishing my cookie. I'm sorry, being rude.
No, you're not. Please
Oh,
finish the cookie.
um, mostly these days I make coffee, but at least once a week I like to stream,
Hmm.
I'm a VTuber and PNG tuber.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to move more into PNG tubing in the near future.
Okay.
Mostly, I play Nintendo games mostly. Right now, I'm working on Twilight Princess.
Mm,
I'm playing. I have a soft spot for visual novels.
mm-hmm.
My favorite one right now is called Purgatory. It's a
Okay.
free game on Steam. Um,
Interesting.
it is the most charming dialogue. It feels very much like it's written by like a young like LGBT Gen Z kid. It ha- it has it has this goofy quality to it that is just so absolutely endearing. It's called Purgatory. I've already fallen in love with like two of the characters.
No,
I've
that's
decided one of them is
glorious.
like my big sister, and
Aw.
the other one is like he's oh my god. He's like a pink snake. And I don't know if you're an Evangelion fan, but the way he like you have there's this moment where you sit down at a piano with him
Yeah.
and the keyboard only makes the meow sound. All the other buttons on the keyboard are broken. So you have this most romantic moment playing a duet of heart and soul with meow sounds next to this pink snake. Oh my god, it was the most romantic moment in any video game. I
Mm-hmm.
live for things like that.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. That's great.
Thank you for listening. His name is
Hi-
Sean.
oh, that's a great name. My next question is, why do you do the things? Why do you do what you do?
I I feel like my reason has changed
Yeah.
since I began.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started streaming, I was in a very different like headspace than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, I was I was really streaming because I really needed community. I really needed people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like desperately lacking that in my life for
Mm-hmm.
personal reasons.
Yeah.
But as I've been streaming, it'll be my third year in March, I think. So I'm approaching it. Well, that'll be my third year affiliate versus. I think I've actually reached my third year.
Nice.
Or no, I think no, I've actually reached my second year. Sorry, apologize. It'll be my second year affiliate anniversary in March. It's my second year. I'm sorry, making myself older.
No, it's okay.
Um. Anyway, finishing the thought. In those 2 years, I have made like some of the best friends that I've ever had in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So like those like basic like emotional needs that I was lacking when I first started are completely filled. My cup filleth over, runneth over. Um right now I'm streaming is more of like well, I will always play games and I will always love playing games with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really my outlet for that.
Mm-hmm.
But also it really inspires me and I feel like I can it's kind of like a creative challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about like I don't know if it's selfish, but like ways that I can use streaming to like challenge my brain and stuff like that.
I don't think
Like
that's
so that
selfish at all.
as I get older,
Uh-huh.
I don't get like crusty and settled in my ways.
Yeah. It keeps you moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't think that's selfish at all. I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have more to say on that topic? Just want to make sure that you have your fully fledged thought before I move on.
I'm curious as to see where streaming is going to take me. I think I think that since it changed so much in the last like 2 years, I feel
Mhm.
like this could continue changing for me.
Probably. More than likely. I'm gonna give you the next question to throw you off. Do you make figs?
Yes, I make music. I also want to get into like needle felting, which isn't really. I'm not good at it,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoy it. Music is one of my like. Music was used to be my life's dream was to be a musician. Now
Mm-hmm.
my life's dream is to be well, I don't know what my life's dream is anymore because I was wanting to be a barista for years. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I want to make coffee, and then I got a job making coffee. So I feel like I need a new life's dream.
Yeah. I mean, could it potentially be streaming?
Oh yeah, actually, wait, I was thinking about that. Maybe I would want to be like a voice actor or something to do the VTuber voice actor thing.
Ooh, that'd be neat.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Pipe dreams.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to see some of my old music, it's not really curated, but I have my SoundCloud.
Okay. Sure. Not maybe after?
Yeah.
All right, I'll listen to it after. How about that? Sounds great. Thank you. So, you make music. You used to make coffee,
I still
and
make coffee.
you still make coffee. Do you make it for yourself or
It's my
as your
job.
is your
I'm a
job? Okay.
barista.
Nice, nice. Anyway, the next question is why do you make things?
Um, there's like this like creative urge that sometimes descends upon me, and
Mm-hmm.
I fall into a madness that
Mm-hmm.
lasts about. Ideally, it only lasts me like a couple hours, but being realistic, when I get into one of those creative mindsets,
Mm-hmm.
it'll if it'll last until I finish.
Okay.
And not that good for my health. I was recently making this website for like it's a little cringe, but I made a website for the OCs in my imaginary world.
Oh, I love that.
Um and I built it on neocities.com.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a haze for about a week, and
Mm-hmm.
like I could sleep, I could sleep,
Mm-hmm.
I could eat,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do much else.
Oh. Yeah. It reminds me, I don't know if you've played Dwarf Fortress, but in Dwarf Fortress, your dwarves can be inspired, and they basically enter the same kind of state that you're describing of like they have this idea that they must now create, and they will stop at nothing until they have finished their project.
I was a
So,
dwarf.
you were a dwarf for a short time. Who is someone you like?
Oh, the music is so loud. Who is someone that I like?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna mute. There we go. Sorry, I had to mute. That
Oh
was,
my
it was so
gosh,
loud.
what is
But
this
that's what happened to you the
theme?
first time.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have two really big like streamer inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to make sure I say their names correctly. One of them is Gumitan. If you know them.
I might have heard their name before. I'm not completely 100% on who they are.
I gotta find a correct link for Gumitan. Gomi-tan.
Okay.
Gomi_tan
You can actually
is.
type it here.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll type it in the Pokemon Revolution. Pokemon Revolution was an MMO I played.
That's
Pokemon
okay.
Gomi-tan.
Ah, wonderful.
I, I,
There it is.
I said her name wrong. She is she's an Australian VTuber that has a lot of like experimental effects. I believe she uses Warudo for tracking. Not
That's
for
cool.
tracking, but she uses Warudo for the interface.
Mm-hmm.
Um she inspires me a lot. Just the way that she talks to her community. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very like warm, a friendly, like comfortable energy
Mm-hmm.
as that I'm really inspired by, as well as like the graphical choices that she has.
Mm-hmm.
The other VTuber that I really look up to a lot is called Hellfiber.
Hmm.
I want to give you the link for Hellfiber as well. I just want to make sure I get it correct. I think it's underscore. It's an underscore Hellfiber. Hmm. I'll get it. I'll get it. Maybe it's 1L. Yeah, yeah, okay, I got it. Hellfiber. Uh okay.
Nice. Okay.
Also, she's also a really great sort of experimental small VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Um with just really beautiful graphics. I really look up to her like aesthetic style
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
That's cool.
Um yeah, those are the two that I really look up to with music. Sorry, not
Okay.
with music,
Streaming.
with streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. With music I have no idea.
That's okay. I'm sure there's a lot of little inspirations here and there. You kind of already answered why, but what do you like about why do you like these people? These two people you've mentioned.
Um it's a combination of like the sort of they're kind of on the cutting edge when it comes to the the ideas that they have with
Mm-hmm.
their graphics,
Mm-hmm.
the actual VTubing, like the
Mm-hmm.
technical side of it,
Yeah,
as well as the kind of friendly energy that they bring.
I
It's
see.
really a
Yeah.
combination of two of those.
Mm-hmm.
It makes
That's
me look
neat.
up to them.
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. What do you like about yourself?
I like my friends.
Yeah.
Does that count? Does that...
Well, do you so you like yourself you like that you have friends. That's the thing you like about yourself.
I think the friends that I have are good. I think
Okay.
Barrett has good friends. If I
What
were to
is
speak third person.
and what does that say about Barrett that they have good friends?
Um maybe that means that Barrett has is good at finding good friends. Maybe.
Okay. That's great. Anything more to say about that?
Um I feel very no I feel like lucky though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a me thing. It's hard for me to look at it that way.
Okay.
I feel like I just got blessed
Mm. So
by those nice people.
yeah. What I'm hearing is that you are a personable person that is good at making friends because you are a enjoyable person.
Thank you for putting it that way.
Do you agree?
I think you're a very personable person.
Yes. My next question to you is what about yourself inspires you?
What inspires me? Um, um,
Hmm.
I think I get inspired by those random those random creative urges that come at right before I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The fact that I get like that, I think I guess that gives me a little bit of hope for myself.
Yeah. Hope for what?
Hope that that I can always keep creating. Even if I feel like one day, um, like I don't have creative energy, and if I get in that negative like mind space where it's like I'm not gonna make anything, I'm not gonna create art, it's okay, I don't have to, because I know that someday I might get inspired again.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. I can see that. I would find that inspiring too. That's great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
My next question is, how do you react in uncomfortable situations?
Usually I lose my ability to speak,
Yeah.
unfortunately. It does depend on the situation. If I'm having a conversation with somebody else, streaming, I will probably lose my ability to speak. But if I'm talking to somebody else, depending on the energy of the other person,
Mm-hmm.
I might fall into, unfortunately, some people pleasing behavior,
Mm-hmm.
which I am working on.
Yeah.
Um, ideally, I work on that, and I am actually working on that. I'm doing a lot of work on it personally in therapy.
Nice.
But the part where I stop talking, I don't know if that might be out of my ability to
Mm.
correct, because I feel like that comes from a more cognitive place. Okay, thanks for coming to everybody was invited to my therapy session this week.
I can cut that out if you
Sorry.
want. No, you're okay.
No, I appreciate you listening. I love talking about myself.
Wonderful. I like to hear. I like to listen. When was the last time you were validated?
Oh, I get validated every day.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
Wonderful. I'm glad. Who are you?
Oh, who am I? I'm Barrett. I'm a VTuber, PNG tuber, and I also make music.
Okay. Cool. Who are you to yourself?
I want to be a friend to myself.
Yeah. I hope you are.
I think I'm getting getting to be a little bit better friend to myself recently.
Good.
But it's been modeled. It's been modeled to me by my friends.
Good. All right, your next question is, outside of race, gender, and career, how do you describe yourself?
I would say very talkative.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the biggest word I would use. A very talkative person. Um, I, perhaps a little obsessive. Occasionally to a fault. But sometimes obsessive in a good way, if that's possible.
Okay. I think that makes sense. What is something that scares you?
That's a good question. I don't have a lot of like phobias about I'm not like agoraphobic or arachnophobic or anything like that. The biggest thing that scares me is like mean people. People that very like pushy people is probably my biggest fear. But so someday I hope that I will have the skills to not have to worry about people like that.
Yeah.
And then I will have no fears.
That would be very nice. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome?
The hardest thing that I ever had to overcome was definitely. Okay, actually, I'm not sure.
Okay.
That sounded like I knew. Well, because I was gonna say my last relationship, but to be honest, the circumstances that led me into that last relationship are still relevant, and they
Mhm.
will, and yeah, I think that it has there's a lot of like self blame and a
Mm.
lot of like internalized like negativity towards myself that I think leaves me somewhat vulnerable.
Mhm.
And I think really truly loving myself, like inside and out with all my flaws,
Mhm.
I think that's a hard thing.
It
And I think
is.
a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
Um but loving myself in a critical way where I'm still able to hold all of the negative things and the positive things in a neutral light. That's a hard battle.
Yeah. It is. I've tried to do that for myself, and it's a struggle. What frustrates you the most about life?
There's a lot of there's a lot of things about people that really confuse me.
Mhm.
Sometimes people are very confusing.
Yeah.
And I also sometimes I get frustrated only when I'm really down. Only when I'm really down. I get frustrated if when people get angry for things that other people can't change.
Mhm.
Specifically by other people, I mean not other people, I mean myself.
Yeah.
Because I have some bad sometimes I get memory problems, and sometimes when I'm like working at my job, like people will ask me to pour them a cup of coffee, but there's too much going on, and I
Mm.
forget to
Mm.
I forget to give them their coffee.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
And sometimes my customers are pretty understanding, but sometimes it gets people a little annoyed.
Yeah.
Uh, and
So the lack of patience from other people.
I only because I know that that's not something that I'm gonna be able to work on.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff like that sometimes gets me a little frustrated.
Mhm. Why did you agree to the game we were playing?
I asked you to play this one.
You did. Why this one? What is your connection to this game?
To be honest,
Yeah.
could I be brutally honest?
Please. Please do.
I I, I really want to play this game with someone.
It's fun. What is something you're proud of?
Ooh. I think I'm proud of I'm proud of a song that I wrote.
Mm.
I'm,
Mhm.
I'm I'm really proud of one song that I wrote a little while ago. Um, a little like kind of experimental ambient song. I think I might be proudest of that.
That's neat. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. That's cool. I'm glad you're able to be proud of something like that. My next question is, what is your most prized possession and why?
My most prized possession.
Oh, ow, Scrafty!
Ouch.
You're having a hard
Um,
time.
I think. Oh gosh, I have to think. My bicycle. Easy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was
No,
easy.
it's
Yeah, it's
alright.
my bike. It's my bike.
Oh, I love that.
It gave me a moment. It was my bike.
No. What
Her
color?
name is Liv.
Oh, I love it.
She takes me wherever I need to go.
How do you take care of yourself? Oh gosh.
I like that question. Um, I try to get a lot of sleep.
That's a
Try to
good
get
one.
more sleep, more sleep than than I get. I always try to get more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I did something today that I think was taking care of myself. I
Yeah.
changed my schedule because I'm planning on quick promo. I'm having my New Year's 12-hour streamtacular subtacular. It was supposed to be a 24-hour subtacular, but
Yeah.
I cut it to 12 hours today. I think that is actually a sign of me taking care of myself.
I think so too. Knowing your limits and knowing not to push past them is important. So good on you. I'm proud of you.
Thank
Nicely
you.
done.
I hope that you take care of yourself.
Try. I try. I don't always succeed, but I try.
That's all you could do is try.
What is a question you wish for me to ask you?
Oh, a question that I wish for you to ask.
Mhm.
That was Gen 6, right?
That was 5.
I think that's all of. Okay, so we have to do Gen 6. What would I like you to ask me? Oh goodness. You've asked me such wonderful questions.
I'm glad you like them.
Um um something somewhat self-indulgent would be a question about um if you asked me about one of the things I'm obsessed with, like
Okay.
what did I get my parents for Christmas or something like that.
Okay. I can ask you
I
that.
got
Go ahead. What did you get them for Christmas?
I made them Turkish beverages.
Ooh. What's a Turkish beverage?
I made my mom Turkish coffee with mastic syrup, and I made my dad's salep with pistachios.
What is salep?
Salep is it's the starch from an orchid, a Greek orchid.
Okay.
And you make a beverage with milk and sugar. It's my dad told me it tasted like a hot milkshake.
Okay.
I put cinnamon and pistachios on it.
Interesting. That does sound tasty. That's really interesting. Do you remind me what ethnicity that was that you mentioned?
Oh, Turkish.
Turkish. Yes, that's what I thought. Why Turkish?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You just like it?
Yeah, I just like it.
Fair enough.
Sometimes I just get obsessed with things.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Understandable. My next question is, when are you the happiest?
I am the happiest. Okay. I am the happiest usually like 7 p.m. listening to a microtonal composition, or listening to one of my songs that has notes that are slightly out of tune around like 7 p.m. after a full day of work, so I'm like starting to go delirious.
Yeah,
sometimes I'll listen to a song right at the end of the day and it lights my brain on fire and I really like it.
Nice. All right, my last question for you is, who do you want to see interviewed next? Oh, hello, Mewtwo.
Oh,
Hi.
Good question. Who would I like to see interviewed next?
Yeah.
Do you know Void's Game Archive?
Yeah, I've interviewed them.
You've already interviewed Voidy.
Yeah, Voidy's great.
I would have said Voidy.
They're great people.
I love them. Okay. Did you meet? You didn't meet Zarin. Ganondorf, the Azure Kingman.
I know of them. I have not spoken to them a lot, and I have not interviewed them yet.
Oh, he would be good.
Okay. Well, this is the end of the interview, so is there any last few things that you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
I want to thank you for talking to me. This made my week. This was really really delightful.
Good. I'm glad.
It made me so happy to get your message, and it made me even happy to play Pokemon with you. This was such a treat to me. I'm very very grateful.
I'm glad that we had fun. This was a good time.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to address the invisible audience. Hello. Hello, invisible audience. You're there. Welcome, welcome. And you've been there the entire time. There's nothing awkward about this. um, but is there anything you'd like to tell this invisible audience that we have about yourself or anything that you would like to tell them before we wrap up here today?
Invisible audience, I hope everybody out there does something good for themselves today. And Silver, I hope you do something good for yourself today. If you've already
Thank
done
you.
something good for yourself, you need to do something else good for yourself.
I'd say so. Do another
Um,
thing, an extra thing.
yes, you have to do another thing because the
Okay.
first one didn't count because I hadn't told you yet.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so now you have to do another good thing for yourself.
All right. I can do that.
That's it.
That's it. Wonderful. Well, you can follow Barrett at the links below. I'm going to be providing their Twitch. Is there any other places that you can be found or would like to be found?
I'm at Barry underscore tweet. Oh, there's weird like underscores between all the letters of Barry for my Twitter. That's where I post my schedules. And then yeah, my other socials are all linked to my Twitch.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you. I feel like I've covered everything, so I guess yeah, thank you. Thank you invisible audience for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Barrett, our guest here today cuz they're pretty great. I like them. They're good people. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It was lovely having you. And hopefully we'll see you some other time. All right. Take care. Goodbye. Anything else you want to say?
No, thank
All
you
right.
so much, Silver.
Bye. And you're
Bye.
welcome.